Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien on Sunday, May 29th, 2022. And today I want to do a special commentary for you on Memorial Day. So the commentary is entitled Memorial Day, a promise not kept and a promise dishonored. In 1868, General John Logan proclaimed Decoration Day should be observed on May 30th annually. And the first one he observed as he proclaimed it in 1868 on May 30th, Decoration Day, for the Union soldiers who, as he puts it, put the Union restored. Well, interesting things there, but anyway, we'll go for this. So that started the first, quote, Memorial Day. And the premise was it's supposed to recognize the soldiers who restored the Union, the 360,000 Union soldiers who died in the Civil War. But it didn't heal the wounds of the Union, because there's 258,000 Confederate soldiers that weren't accounted for there. Because the total fact is the current number that's put out there by the United States government is 618,000 died in Civil War. That's military personnel. So from 1868 to 1968, Memorial Day and the people that came after with the wars, the Spanish-American War, World War I, World War II, Korea, and eventually Vietnam. Now, Spanish-American War, there's not a true count of how many Americans died. So we'll say about 5,000 or so. So let's say 5,000, just to be conservative. Okay. The First World War, about 144,000. That's the official record you get there. So that's 144,000. World War II, 460,000 is the best I can see out there. So you got 580,000 and something like that in those three wars. Then you add 38,000 for Korea and 58,000 for Vietnam. So that's another 38 and 58, 96,000. So you get close to 600,000 at the end of the Vietnam era. And then you add the different wars that you had since, which comes around 10,000 or so, probably, somewhere around there. So, yeah, you're looking at about 618,000 maybe. So you match what they lost in the Civil War from the current wars till now. But the problem, Americans, is you have lost the meaning of Memorial Day, or Decoration Day, as it was first called on May 30th, 1868. And in 1968, the Tet Offensive came around. And in the Tet Offensive, the total number of the North Vietnamese army that was launched against the Tet Offensive to the Americans, The conservative number I hear out there is 64% of that force was destroyed by the Americans. The Americans lost 20%. Heavy losses. The Tet Offensive, on paper, you won. But the number of deaths that you got without showing anything, it wasn't like the number of deaths, say, in the D-Day invasion, just to make one battle, the Tet Offensive battle, the D-Day invasion. About the same people died, 30,000 and something died around there too, in the invasion of those three beaches in 1944. What's the difference? The difference is the American public was on the other side of the issue. It wasn't, yay, Americans, we beat the Nazis and we established a beachhead. You beat the North Vietnamese, force them into the table, really, that did. But two things happened that day, or that horrendous, 10 days of the Tet Offensive? One, a guy named Walter Cronkite made sure that the Americans realized what war was. And it looked like you guys lost a war, the way Cronkite put it out there. It looked so much like you lost a war that President Lyndon Baines Johnson declared after the Tet Offensive that he will not seek and he will not accept another term as your president of my party's term to be president of these United States. He said his job was to continue as president of the United States and to bring this war to a quick and swift end. And why am I saying this, Americans? Because 1968 turned out to be the first time that you turned away from Memorial Day. And the meaning of Memorial Day. In 1971, Congress made Memorial Day the last Monday of May as a Monday holiday bill. So that's why it's the last day of Monday. But from 1868 to 1970, it was celebrated on May 30th. But it started as a flaw because it was only celebrating the Union soldiers. It didn't celebrate the War of 1812, and it didn't celebrate the American Revolution. It was just the Union soldiers. And what made it worse was it didn't celebrate the 258,000 Confederates who perished in that war. What General Logan, who was considered the Grand Army of the Republic, an organization that was formed after the Civil War, the GAR, in defeat, he should have said, and we also honor the Confederate soldiers because they had a cause that they fought for to their death. Got to give them credit for that. And you do. Whether you hated the Confederacy or you loved the Confederacy, it was still part of the United States of America who got re-inputted into the United States of America as of 1870. Or you call it readmitted back to the Union. But you didn't end why they were fighting. So really, the Civil War was a lost cause for the people. The 360,000 Northerners and the 258,000 Southerners who fought each other over their disagreements of the war. And Memorial Day became hollow because of that. You never said, okay, you gave your last moments of devotion for these causes. One bad, one good, one won, one lost. But you never bothered in a century and a half afterwards to bring the Memorial Day to what it was. a remembrance of why you did this, and why future wars should be counted, and why you're doing it. You never came to that respect. Even today, you haven't come to that respect. You wouldn't have had the Jim Crow laws. You wouldn't have had segregation. And you definitely wouldn't have had the us versus them attitude if you would have done this in 1870. And what do you got today? You're shooting your own people. Heck, this month alone, you lost 19 kids in Texas, 2 teachers, and a whole bunch of African Americans in Buffalo in what you call mass shootings. And the governor of Texas, he's becoming a Neanderthal, like President Biden said, because he's saying, quote, "We need mental health. We don't need to get rid of guns." And guns are not the problem. They're the cause, the symptom. The cause of the problem is you. How did these kids learn how to hate? How did these kids learn how to shoot? How did these kids learn how to kill? And it comes back to the American system. Do you understand what I mean, Americans? You have violated the oath that, whether he liked it or not, General Logan back in 1868 started with Memorial Day. You violated the sacred oath that you had to the people that gave their lives for you for whatever issue it was, good or bad. And some of the wars you fought were awful. Korea, Vietnam, World War II, that was a courageous war that 460,000 people gave their lives for. And how about the people that are getting their lives for nothing here? You go to the store to buy your groceries and you get shot up from an 18-year-old who knows absolutely a damn thing about what he's doing. You go to school and you got an 18-year-old that doesn't know a damn thing about why he's here, and he shoots up kids because he wants to kill. And how did he learn to kill? Who learned him? His parents? Society? A combination of both. Television. CNN for promoting this. Do you understand me, Americans? You are responsible for the degradation and the humiliation and the dishonor you're giving the people who died on War's Memorial Day, starting with the 360,000 Union soldiers. This is your favorite alien. Good day.